to day 4 of the hashtag event for December for the Creative Arts Collaboration Group. And the hashtag event is hashtag LoveWinterArt. And this is the way you write hashtag, in case you don't know what that is, right there. And just type that into your YouTube search bar on your YouTube channel and be sure to put the hashtag LoveWinterArt, and you'll pull up all kinds of videos from all different artists and creators doing things for you for this hashtag event. And my video for number 3 was this canvas, and it is still drying, so I just set it here for focusing and everything while we talked for a second. This is the last video for the series, well, not series, for the event. We do it for 4 days. I'm going to make this one a simple little ornament for your tree, and we're going to make it out of toilet paper rolls. So if you have toilet paper rolls lying around, or if you have fresh rolls of toilet paper, just dig these out and don't tell anybody where they went when they ask where the center went. You could do that too, whatever you want to do. But I'm just going to make 2 on camera here today, and we're going to do it, kind of wing it. I don't really have a plan in place. This project wasn't planned, and neither was this one. I had something else planned for both videos, and I decided to go a different route. I just wanted to play with some scraps. So let's get started. And put this off to the side here. First thing you need to do is take your toilet rolls, and if you don't have toilet rolls, you can take like a paper towel roll that's long and cut it into sections, however long you want. Or you could just take regular cardstock and maybe glue 2 pieces together and do it the way, you know, we're going to do it, the same, using scraps and stuff like that. You can improvise in so many different ways. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that my toilet rolls are very flat, as flat as I can get them. I'm going to glue them together anyway, so that's not a big deal, but it'll help it. And I need some clips to hold these, but I don't know where my clips are. So what we'll do is set something heavy on them, I think, temporarily, while we get our scraps ready. First thing I think I'll do is, do I want to put the hole in first? I plan on hanging these, but I don't want the hole in until after I have created what I want on here. So let's just glue one end for now together. Just glue the end. And if you wanted to do something different, you could create little pockets and stick things in it and have a little hanger back here and do it that way. But for today, we're just going to, if I can find a place to put these that's not wet. I have water on my table where I laid my brushes that I just cleaned, so. All right, let's set this on top. Let it dry for a minute. And then we'll do the other one. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying now. Hang on. I'm going to go ahead, this little piece that comes up when you fold them over, this piece right here, I put a little glue behind it to help hold it down. You don't have to, because we're going to be covering this, but I just wanted to. So let's stick this under something to hold down for a minute. And then what I want to do is, I took a bunch of different scraps that I had. I love to use my scraps. And there will be a video at some point showing you all the different things I've made with my scraps, but I'm trying to clean up this little mess here so I have a place to put my paper. So, and I'll also do a couple of pages with my scraps for you, but anyway, save your scraps because you can make all kinds of pretty things with them. So what I have is some book text scrap and some black, but mostly reds. Just different variations of colors of reds. Okay, and then I'm going to start tearing up little pieces that I want to use. I'll probably use these for sure, and I'll probably use some of the book text, and I definitely will add some black. I always add black into my work. And we'll just tear up some pieces here, and we'll probably use these. And this is Valentine paper, but who cares? Just use it. We're not restricted. And then, see this, I've used these. And we'll keep these off to the side because I may need more paper and I want them handy. That's small enough to cut. I'm gonna leave these whole because I might use the flower part of it. Here's some crowns. All right. And I have some washi tape set aside here. Some black just in case, and then just different shades of red, pinkish red. May not use them, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see about this first one. It's held down enough. Eventually I want to glue this down and put a hole here. Or maybe I'll glue my hanger in there, I'm not sure. But first thing I want to do is just start gluing down some scraps. And I'm going to set them out around me so I can see them easier. And let's just put some book text down first. And I guess I'll collage page it down. What do I want to glue? Maybe I'll glue. Where's my glue stick? There it is. Okay. We will Mod Podge or use, if you use Collage Podge, I've got Collage Podge in there and I keep wanting to call it Mod Podge and I keep correcting myself. It's driving me crazy. I don't know which one I like better. I've heard that Mod Podge has a tendency to be stickier. I don't know. Let's do this instead. Let's do that. And uh-oh, a bad word. I didn't read this book. It was just a book I picked up from like a thrift store or someplace like that. So we'll cover the bad word. We don't want a bad word hanging on the Christmas tree, do we? Okay, and just hodgepodging. Just glue them wherever you feel like. And the other thing I want is, I need these back. I don't know why I put them up there. I need a strip of, let's put the black on there. Well, there. Okay. Let's get some washi tape. How about this dark red? I mean, are you close enough? I don't know if you're close enough. Let's bring you a little bit closer. I hate to get too close because I always get out of frame when I'm close. Okay. And then I want to put one of these flowers on here, although you're not going to see all the flower. But I think first what we want to do is trim the edges. I'm not going to wrap it around. We're just going to distress the edges and be done with it. So let's let that dry for a minute while we do this one. Okay, we need maybe some of this red here. I'm not talking a lot, but I may be fast forwarding anyway. If I'm not, then I'm sorry I'm not talking. I'm just thinking. This is my 6th video in 2 days. I did 5 yesterday, finished the 5th one today, and 6th one today after that. So I'm a little worn out from talking. kind of run out. I don't want to have anything to say. Kind of don't know. Kind of, sort of. I went ahead and I was off camera and covered the other side of this one, and this one is dry enough, although not really dry. I'm too impatient, I know, I just want to do it. I just trimmed the edges of the one I just did. Get all the excess off. Now, if you have any open spots like this here showing the toilet paper roll, it's okay. You don't have to worry about it. It'll get covered in the long run anyway. We're just putting some interest down right now. And when you get through, go back and look at any places that maybe you missed where it's not sticking down properly and just kind of fix it. Okay. I had to stop for a phone call for a minute, so while I was on the phone, I went ahead and I put a little glue up at the top here and stuck some ribbon in here that I wanted to use for hanging the ornament once it's finished. And it's sitting under a jar drying. And I left this one to do with you guys so that you can see what I did. But I covered both sides with the paper and trimmed it already too. And I think you saw me do most of that. So all I did was just take some twine that I want to use and cut the length. And then I'm just going to stick it in here after I put some glue down. I'm just going to squeeze some glue at the edge and a little farther down too, I think. I'm going to stick this in here like that in the center, a little further down. And we'll let this dry. Set it under a jar of heavy water. That's what I'm using, my water jars. Oops, everything's sticking to me. I gotta go wash my hands. So now that can dry. Okay, as soon as those dry, I will come back and we'll do the next step and continue on. And look at the first one that I've done while the other one continues to dry a little bit. Okay, still a little sticky here. That's okay. All right, I forgot to tell you in the very beginning, when you use a toilet roll, you know, the best thing to do is tear off all the extra. I'm sure that you know that, but just in case you aren't sure about what to do, I would take off all that little bit of paper that's left on there. Okay, just found one in the bathroom that I could use, so. Okay, now I want to take one of these pieces here. You're probably not going to see a lot of it, but I still want to use it. And tear off that. Go around. Let's see, if I want to put that there, I'll put it over here. I think that's what I want to do right there. All right, I'm just going to Mod Podge this on. No, not yet. Not yet, not yet. I am going to Mod Podge this on. I'm tired of using the glue. It stays sticky longer. And I need to cover this whole thing anyway. Even though I'm going to put some paint on here, I was going to wait till after all the paint was on, but I don't think it's necessary, so let's just go for it. And if it's a problem, we'll fix it when the time comes. Don't ever stop yourself from just going for it and trying something. You don't want to stifle your creativity. You never know what you're going to come up with if you try something that's on your mind. Okay. Put a little bit of glue underneath here to make those stick better. Oh, there's my tea buzzer. Hold on one second. Go get my tea. Let that dry for a second. My tea. I think what I'm going to do with this one, I don't normally do this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around and use it. Even though it's got a straight edge on it, I'm not going to take time to tear it because it'll probably be covered anyway. Some. Depends on which one I make the front. I think the other side's going to be my front. gonna go ahead and cover the both sides. Okay, now that has to dry. Things are drying a little slower today. I don't know why. I'm gonna hang it over here. Hopefully it won't attach to my lamp. And let's go to this one. And I think this is gonna be my front, and this will be my back. So let's pick out. Just tearing out the ones I think I might use. I like the torn edges better than straight edges, but it's not important to do that, not really. Even though I'm doing it. I told you it's not important, but I'm still doing it on this one. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, these have to dry a little bit before we can do anything else. I think I'm going to use the heat gun and help them along. So I'll be back in a second. So far, this is where we're at. Okay? The sides are not really done. You don't need to do those. It's okay. So now what I've got in front of me is 3 different colors of red. One is more of a berry color. It's called razzleberry. One is calico and one is alizarin crimson. And we're just going to start filling in some of these spaces with these colors. The first thing I want to do is use the dark red, I think. And I'll just put a little bit out on my mat here. If there's a hole, yeah, there's a hole. Sometimes the holes are clogged up, depending on if the top seals good. And I'm just going to take my finger. I do a lot with my fingers with what do you call it? Scraps. Boy, my mind just goes blank when I'm painting and thinking. It's probably not a good combination, huh? Anyway, this flower, I'm filling in the flower with my finger with the color. Just a little bit here. Okay. And I want to do the other side too, but it's going to have to wait. Then I'm going to take some of this calico color, pull a little bit out here. As we'll go ahead and get some razzleberry out. Razzle dazzle. Okay. And then the calico, I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to go around some of these areas that are rough. And it looks similar to that color that I put in the flower, but it's not. It will look different once it's dried, I think. Just going around the edges of the torn paper. The razzle, fill in some there. Bring some of that into the flower. Just wherever you feel like putting it. And more of this red, the dark crimson, back in the flower. Okay. All right. That's where we're at there. And then I think I'm going to take some black, just a little tiny bit. And where the black is on here, I'll just bring the black in a little bit. More as if I painted it in rather than it was paper. A little black in this corner. Maybe a little bit down here. Okay, we're going to go around the card, or the tag, whatever you want to call this thing, with black in a little bit, but not right now. So let's let that dry for a minute. And where's the other one? Here's the other one. Let's do that with this one. This one I think I'll bring the calico in as the main flower color. And I'm dabbing, so the paint's not real thin. It's kind of a little textury, not much, just a little. Okay, now let's bring in some of this dark red. And some of this you're not going to see. Once I get done with this, you're not going to see this. So we're doing it because in case you do see it, it looks pretty. And let's do some black right here. All right, and we need a little bit of the raspberry in there. Okay. I know, it looks kind of messy, it looks kind of yucky right now. I don't think it looks yucky, but you might. It just looks kind of blah. But we're not done. We're not done. We're not done. So let's do the other one on the other side. I think this is a chunk that needs to be taken out. Yep. Okay. Still kind of wet, but we're going to go for it. Let's fill in the red here. Oh, I'm off camera. I'm sorry. See, when I get close, I lose you. Let me back up just a little bit. There, I'm very sorry about that. Using the calico now. And the black, filling in where this black paper is. Okay, we're moving on. These are still not quite dry, but if you've watched enough of my videos yet, you'll know I usually say that after I paint something because I don't wait very long. So the next thing I want to do is, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I think I want to bring in the white now. And I think I'm going to use a big pouncy brush. No, let's use our finger. Let's keep using our finger. That's more fun. That's the most fun. Okay, we're going to need quite a bit of white. So we'll just put a puddle here. And let's just start at the bottom. And let's create a little snowbank. Okay. Then we're going to need, let's do in the center. Let's do them here. I'm going to create a snowman on here. So create the bottom half of your snowman. And you can always add more, so just kind of get him started. Okay, his head. I think we're going to make him 2 layers because I kind of made him pretty big. And if I try to do another layer for a smaller head, it might not leave room for a little hat. Okay, I kind of like him. I did skip a step that I wanted to do, and that is to take my black pen, and this is the Pilot Permaball, and I wanted to bring in some of the designs back here. I'll just bring in what's left. There's a flowery design in the background, so I'm just going to bring that in. It'll probably get covered, but again, that's okay. See, if I'd have done it before the snowman, you might see some of it in the snowman, but I forgot. Try to remember on the other ones. Okay, that's good enough for now. I'll show you what he looks like so far. And I need to let him dry. Story of my life, right? Everything's got to dry. And this one, speed it along, just get rid of it. Okay, I think this one will do on this side. Although I believe that's the back. Well, let's just do the drawing in first. We'll think about it while we go. Okay, that's that side. Let's look at this side. Okay, so which side do we want the snowman on? This one or this one? If I build him on here, you won't see a lot of this. If I build him on here, you're not covering a whole lot. Let's do him on this side. Okay, and let's start with another snow. And some of the spots are still showing through, and that's okay with me. I think I'll keep him a little smaller so I can add on 3 levels. We'll see what happens once I get up there. It's gotta be fatter though. He's kind of not working out. That's a little better. He's going to topple over in the flower. Okay. So this one's still drying. We need to take some time, let him dry. So I'm going to take a break. I'll probably feed my little baby beagle. Not my baby, my baby beagle. And then we'll come back. Okay. We're going to go ahead with the hat while that dries a little more. Let's just use just a tiny brush. This one's not even working well anymore. I want to bring you closer, but I'm really afraid I'll get out of camera. I need to stay right there. Let's do this. I'm not allowed past there. That's as far as I can go when we're close. Okay. My beagle's snoring a little bit. Okay. Let's go. I think I want to go a little lower. Sorry, my voice is cracking up. I'm going to go a little lower on the hat. That's good enough. I'm going to take the end of my brush to make his eyes. And they don't have to be perfectly positioned, just it's not the tip that works the best for that. It works for small eyes. I want a bigger eye. There we go. Okay. And let's give him his little nose. And then let's give him his mouth. And we're going to use the red, but I'm just going to use the end of the brush again like I did for his eyes, for his mouth. Then we're going to use the black again for some buttons. I need more paint in there or something. Okay. And while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and put some little arms on him. I need my brown paint for that. This is a burnt umber. I think we'll use that. I'm going to draw them in with pen first and then go over them with paint. I hope the pen shows through a little bit too. Okay. Got lots of little twigs sticking out of his arm. And maybe he'll show up a little bit. Once it's dry, I'll add a little bit of white to him, to his arms. I'm going to put a little bit more black on the hat up front. Okay. Okay, well that's as far as we're going to go with him right this minute. There's more to be done, so I'll come back in a few minutes. And actually, let's do this one while we can. Then we'll take a break. Okay, these are dry enough. I'm going to add a little bit of white to the eyes. I think I'll make him kind of cross-eyed looking. Well, they didn't turn out cross-eyed. That's okay. And little dots in the coal on his tummy. Just outlining his hat a little bit. Okay, let's do a little snowflakey look. Just some little flakies. Just doing a bunch of X's on the ornament. Put a little bit of snow buildup on his little hands. some snow build up on his hat. I was gonna add the sealer on top, but I got to thinking I just want something green on them, so I'm gonna put a little tree on here, doing the pinky painting method. Okay, we're going to bring just a little detail into the tree, just to define it a little bit. Bring the trunk down some, and then just kind of bring in some of the leaves this way, or the branches. Nothing fancy. We'll probably go over a little bit more, maybe with the green, I'm not sure. Okay. Then we need some of the white to be snow on the tree. Looks like this tree has ears. Really cute. Little bunnies peeking out. You know, we could put little ears back there like a bunny is peeking out. That would be cute. I wonder if it would make sense to anybody. It would to me. Okay. I think we're going to quit on this. Well, no, we're not. We got one more thing we have to do. The old ink pad I had in the last video. The black stays on. It's an old pad. I just wanted to go around it. If I could get it to come off. Some of this is hard to do because the ink is just about gone. I don't use my new one or my good one for this because I don't want to ruin it. You could use paint and your finger. That'd be fine too. I thought this would just be faster. I don't think I'm really liking that though. Let's see when we get done what we think. Need some glue in there. Okay. Let's try black Posca pen. I should maybe wait till after I've sealed it. Sometimes this thing smears. Depends on if I let it dry long enough. Oops. Oops. Hang on a minute, I will show you. That's okay. Just adds a little character. If you slip or something, unless it's majorly, terrifyingly bothering you, I just leave it. Okay. So I'm going to go off camera for a minute. This is what I did. I slipped right there, but it just looks like part of the ground. I'm going to go off camera for a minute. I'm going to seal these, and once they're sealed, I'll come back. You don't need to watch that again. You know how to seal. You just take your brush and put the collage or whatever you're going to use and seal over it, or you spray, whatever you're using. Okay, so I will be back in a minute. Okay, we are done, and I think they turned out really cute. You could keep adding. You could add texture, snow, or you could add a little bird sitting on top of the tree or whatever you wanted to do. But I'm done. I need to go edit day one's video. The day's getting late, so I need to go do that. So I hope you liked all the hashtag videos that are out. And if you didn't catch the very beginning in the video when I said the way to find all the videos being created by all the different artists is to go to your YouTube search bar and look for hashtag LoveWinterArt, and that's what the hashtag looks like, LoveWinterArt. And all kinds of artists will be pulled up with different projects and tutorials and shares and things like that that they're doing for you. And this concludes the 4th day for me. I actually got all 4 days filmed by the 2nd day, which is great. Now I can spend time editing, and I'll give you one more close-up look of each one. This is just a toilet roll. Well, I threw it over there. And it's amazing what you can do with just things you have around the house. I think this is really cute. I think it'd look really cute hanging on a tree. It's kind of a grungy, primitive look, if you like that look. You could do these, like I said earlier in the video. You could cut out your snowman perfectly and make everything perfect and make a little tree and all that stuff. And you could do it on a toilet paper roll. Easy enough. You don't have to use fancy supplies. And the string I used, you could use anything. You could use jute or ribbon or anything like that. So hope you have a great afternoon or morning or whatever time of day it is for you. And I hope you enjoyed all the videos. And I will see you again soon. If you are following me on my channel, then I'll see you for one of my regular videos very soon, okay? Talk to you later, and thank you all for being here and watching, and I appreciate all of you. Bye-bye.